he would make it up that they promised me this and they didn't deliver, so I'm quitting. Like, that seems far-fetched.
When
but who
you
knows?
go down this road, you have to have some type of, I think, receipts now.
Yeah.
Like, you got to have some type of receipts to show that this is what they promised me. Emails, texts, anything, because there's not going to, there may be some people that hear the other side of what you said and say, yeah, this dude's just trying to get a money grab. He transferred in from Holy Cross. Mm-hmm. He realizes I got 1 or 2 laps left around this track of college football, and this may be it because I'm not going to go to the NFL. I got to get mine right now. Or, you know what he's saying? Man, you know what? These long nights in Las Vegas, I need some more money.
Feels like to me.
I got to get on the strip, baby. I need some more coin.
It's a total guess. I'm erring on his side. I feel like he probably was duped. I would not put it past these collectives to promise the moon and not deliver. Like, honestly, or deliver less than what they were promising to lure a guy there. So I'm going to err on that side. CB, what's your nugget on this?
Yeah, I just want to say we mentioned Carl Reed, and he put out the report seemingly from the UNLV side of things. I did see Brendan Marion, the offensive coordinator for UNLV, on his Instagram, actually, in his bio, he advertises that he's an offensive coordinator for UNLV, and his contacts are obviously his agents with Clutch Sports, and then, and I'm quoting his bio, and my guy at Coach Reed. Coach Reed Live is his Instagram handle. Interesting. So obviously there's a connection there. That's probably where the information for that side of the report is coming from. And it's the court of public opinion is definitely starting to side with the quarterback in this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No question.
That's what I'm telling you. That's a hell of a reputation to have if you wanted to make up a story and quit on your undefeated football team after some good wins that you've been a part of and you're the quarterback. So, yeah, I'm guessing and erring on that side. When we come back, ins and outs, Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
There's nothing Bo Bishop can't do well, except find competent co-hosts. Bishop and Friends.
Weekdays from 9 to noon.
The Fan.
The Columbus Men's Clinic opened in 2014 for guys who get it done. Let's talk, fellas. You solve problems all day at work. You fix your sink when it's broken. But when it comes to ED and low T, it doesn't get done. We get it. You hate going to the doctor, but you're the guy that fixes things. At the Columbus Men's Clinic, there's nothing to fear and no reason to delay. We've been destroying bedroom boredom for a decade. So if you haven't fixed this, call us. When the pills fail, call us. If you feel like you've tried everything, call us. Here, there's hope. From the conventional to the next level. You'll be seen by our friendly, discreet physician who will take the time to listen. Imagine finally taking care of this with no surgery. Imagine going from feeling gray to living life in vibrant color. It's time to be confident. Join the thousands of guys who have found success after walking through our doors. Will you be one of them? Dial 614-300-7400 or go to ColumbusMen'sClinic.com to schedule a $99 male performance consultation, including blood work. Do it for you. Do it for her. ColumbusMen'sClinic.com. Book your appointment now.
Welcome to the greatest show on turf at Great Lakes Kia.
I'm pretty sure that's just tile.
And you can feel the excitement in the air. Brand new Kias under $5 a day.
I'm Bart Zimmerman, General Manager at Great Lakes Kia.
Bart's coming up big. Lease new 24 Kia Forte LXS, EV Wind, and Sorrento LX.
Under $5 a day. $5.
Oh, and the fan favorite, new 24 Kia Telluride LX, under $8 a day at Great Lakes Kia.
Even new 24 Kia Carnival LXS, under $9 a day.
There's a flag on the play. It looks like credit interference.
No problem. Get approved with 1.9% financing.
Take the winning drive to Great Lakes Kia.
Great cars, great people, Great Lakes Kia.
In Columbus,
GreatLakesKia.com.
Visit GreatLakesKia.com for details.
Here at The Fan, we give you 14 hours of live and local programming every day. We care about you. We live and work in your community. Except Bo Bishop. He won't tell us where the hell he is. Your live and local station. Except Bo. The Fan.
With so much happening every day,
ABC6 News is on your side, helping you understand the events that impact your community.
Do you believe Columbus City Schools is in a PR crisis?
Central Ohio's most experienced team of reporters, persistent in getting answers to the questions you're asking.
Are you worried about how people are going to react?
And when you need us, ABC6 News is on your side, finding solutions.
6 on your side, they're the ones willing to answer the phone.
You can count on ABC6 News to be on your side.
ABC Thursday is a night of major drama.
911, what's your emergency?
First, the 911 premiere event begins. Be NATO.
That truck was hauling 22 million killer bees.
Oh my God.
Then it's Dr. Odyssey, the splashy new drama set on a luxury cruise ship.
It's your job to keep everyone alive. She's in clear. You're going to be okay.
911 season premiere and Dr. Odyssey series premiere, followed by Grey's Anatomy.
Thursday night starting at 8 on ABC6.
They come here illegally, crossing our southern border. Then Sherrod Brown rolls out the welcome mat for them here in Ohio. Brown voted to give amnesty to 11 million illegal immigrants, including those convicted of crimes like drunk driving, aggravated assault, and child abuse. And Sherrod Brown voted 10 times to protect sanctuary cities in Ohio, which release dangerous illegals back onto the street, making Ohio's neighborhoods less safe. And while we struggle to make ends meet, Sherrod Brown is voting to give illegals taxpayer-funded benefits, like health care for illegals granted amnesty, Social Security, COVID relief checks, even a program to fly Haitian migrants into Ohio airports, all paid for by you, the taxpayer. You think you know Sherrod Brown? Well, after 31 years in Washington, Sherrod Brown's way too liberal for Ohio. American Crossroads paid for and is responsible for the content of this advertising, not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. AmericanCrossroads.org.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
79 for your high, partly cloudy skies with a 30% chance of rain. Thursday looks dry with a high of 80, and then tracking showers and wind on Friday with a high of 81. I'm meteorologist Dylan Robichaud with your 10 TV weather impact forecast on 97.1 The Fan.
Bet365 is the exclusive online sportsbook of Rothman and Ice. Whatever the sport, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365.
Rothman and Ice present In or Out.
Just a little of the old in and out.
All right, CB, a little of the old in or out.
A lot of Giants talk in this, honestly. I can't believe how much I put in this, but I know Matty Ice will like this first question. Are you in or out on Devin Singletary returning RB2 level fantasy production throughout the rest of the season?
I'm in because I need it. He looked pretty good against the Brownies. I like that they were using him in a passing attack, too. Like, there aren't too many weapons in New York that you're fearful of outside of Malik Neighbors, who just looks like he's going to be an absolute dog in the league for years to come. But I'm in on that just because I think it'll be rooted in more of the opportunities than him being a really good player. So, yeah, I'm in.
He's been targeted almost 20% of his routes. So, you know, he's scored right in back-to-back games, I think. And so this week he gets the Dallas Cowboys, who we know all about that. So look at what Kamara and Derrick Henry have done to them. I'm a big high floor guy. I think he's got one. I think he's got a safe floor. I think he gets red zone at bats. And given how Dallas's defense is struggling so much, that he could be part of the early deal with this run. So yeah, I'm in.
Speaking of a high target share, that was what Malik Neighbors was seeing heading into the Browns game. Before that, he was at 40% of the targets to him in the passing game. I'm sure it probably stayed around that after that. He has 23 receptions through 3 games. That puts him on a pace for almost 130 receptions at the end of the season. My question to you is, are you in or out on him breaking Puka Nakua's record, which he just set last year as a rookie, 105 receptions in a season?
He's averaging 12 targets a game, or more than 12 targets a game, Neighbors is. Linking him to that quarterback for the entire season versus Puka, what he had with Stafford, is a tough reach for me. But you're basically telling me he's 25 catches ahead of pace, which is a significant amount. I'm going to say no based on the quarterback. I think this somehow finds its level, and he won't break Puka's record.
I'm all in on this. Yeah, I'm all in on this. It's just the volume is going to be so good, and he is so good that he's going to find a way to do it. I mean, we talked a lot about Justin Jefferson this offseason and the concern whether it was JJ or Sam, and he's like, you know what, it doesn't matter. I'm just Justin Jefferson. I'm going to dunk on everybody and score every week, and I think that's what Malik Neighbors can bring to the table, and especially after what I saw this past weekend in Cleveland with the defense that I have a high level of respect for, and especially their secondary. And I know Denzel Ward didn't travel the entire game, but they still got dudes on the back end that are pretty good, so I'm going to go all in on this because he doesn't have a Cooper Kupp stealing things away from him on the other side. So, yeah, I'm in. I think he gets it done.
I'm just wondering when these defenses decide that that's it. We're taking him, we're doubling, we're taking him away. Like, of all the weapons, we're going to try to make somebody else beat us. But I'm with you. Having that 25 catch head start is a pretty big deal.
Easier said than done, man, and I'm sure they're trying to do that already.
All right, I might be wrong on this, but I believe the last time Illinois went to Penn State, they won, and I'm talking about Illinois, they won the thriller of the 2-point conversion overtime. I believe that's correct. I think they did a couple rounds of that 2-point conversion part of the overtime period.
Right.
Won that game.
Yeah.
They are back in Happy Valley this weekend for a night game. I don't believe it's technically the whiteout, but my question to you is, Illinois has been pretty good on the road under Bielema. They just went on the road, beat Nebraska. Are you in or out on Illinois pulling the upset this weekend against Penn State?
If you were asking me if I was taking the points right now, my answer would be yes. I can't go all in with them winning the game just yet, but I think I saw the spread's like 17.
Crazy, 18 now. I think it's
what
up
is
to
that?
Yeah, it's up to 18.
Give me those points all day and tomorrow right now. But since you're saying like right now an outright win, CB, I'm going to be out on that, especially because I think Penn State's coming off a bye, I believe.
Which, you never know how that's going to play out. Illinois' got momentum. They're a 6-1 dog right now. It seems like maybe that's decent value. Listen, I like their plan. Like, load the box, play more man against Penn State. If they can get their running game going, the freshness of that running game with Illinois, boy, I'm with you on the points. Yeah. Lock them in right now. I'm taking them. But I think the odds are appropriate. I'm going to be out on calling the upset. But it would not surprise me if this is a 4-quarter game.
I agree with you. And I was wrong. They had their bye after the Bowling Green week. Penn State took care of Kent State 56-6.
It pretty much was a bye last week.
Yeah, you're right. 56-0. Yeah, you're right.
Next up, Andy Dalton was the first quarterback this year to have 300 yards and 3 touchdowns. That was before the Monday night games when Joe Burrow became the second in that equation. But my question to you is, are you in or out on Dalton repeating that against those Bengals?
Andy.
No, I'm not in on the 300-yarder. I mean, this is going to be a sole focus for Cincinnati. And you can run on Cincinnati, which I think Carolina will try to do. And I think Hubbard could have a very good day. So I don't think they'll need to lean on Andy as much as, and I think Cincinnati's focus will certainly be on the pass defense. But I'm going to say no, because you can run on them.
Yeah. It smells to me, CB, like a 240-2 type of day.
Somewhere. Oh, yeah, if he's adding the 3 touchdowns, I'm definitely out.
Somewhere in that ballpark. 300 for 3 would be crazy. That would be absolutely wild if he did that, but...
Heads roll when that happens.
We've seen Dave... Oh, Sweet Lou?
I'm just saying figuratively.
Okay.
Like, that's... If they get torched by their old dude for 303 scores...
Man, you remember where we were with Sweet Lou about a year and a half ago. One of the hottest names as far as potential head coaches around the league, and that's fizzled out. But yeah, CB, I got to be out.
Jesse Bates help him out a little bit?
Well, Jesse Bates is a heck of a player. He's a heck of a player, so you may be on to something. But yeah, CB, I got to be out. A little too rich for my blood right now.
Final question. This one's for our guy, AR. I know he'll like the possibility of this question. Are you in or out on Jaden Daniels, who's been super accurate and hasn't thrown an interception yet? Are you in or out on him throwing the least amount of interceptions by a starting quarterback for the entire season?
Oh, so it has to be a starting quarterback.
Yeah,
so
like a guy that fills in halfway through the season. I don't think it's fair. Someone that's playing at least a big majority of the game.
Okay, so Bryce, who has 3, who isn't playing anymore, doesn't count. And Malik Willis, who has none, with Love coming back, doesn't count. That's what you're saying?
That's fair, yes.
Okay. Matty's only put it up 76 times. Like, the opportunities for picks, or the lack of them, could lead to this, where he would have the least amount of interceptions for any starting quarterback. Who would have less? Wow, that is a great question. I'm going to say no. I'm trying to think who would have less. If they get injured, but they come back and play, that guy counts.
I want like 12 or 13 type of starts. A guy like that at minimum.
Mm-hmm. Boy, who else would there be?
What's going to be interesting is
doesn't
CB,
throw it.
It felt like they took a little bit of the training wheels off because his first 2 games in the NFL was right around 7 yards per attempt. He was at 11 on, was it Monday? Yeah, Monday night against Cincinnati. The dude leads the league in completion for 80% right now. Crazy. But I'm going to be out because I think they're going to open it up for him and he'll make a few mistakes. And sometimes this is out of your power too. Tip passes, guys, like all that stuff.
But who will have the least?
The least amount of interceptions?
If we had to predict who the guy he's talking about.
I don't know.
I mean, is it Purdy? Is it?
I think Jordan Love was pretty low last year.
That's a good call.
Matty's boy Kyler?
I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. That'll be interesting to watch. When we come back, Dalton Wasserman, Pro Football Focus. Want to get his opinion on this Sluka situation. He's around college football a lot, and which curtain he is calling for. Rothman and Ice on the Fan.
We used to have a billboard with our host's face on it, but only ugly people work here now.
You mama say you ugly, hey!
The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
At Byers Auto, we've been football fans since 1897, back when tailgates had actual tails. Our legacy of supporting our local team is as strong as our commitment to providing exceptional vehicles. While we're known for our new cars, we also offer a variety of pre-owned vehicles that meet our rigorous standards. Our friendly staff is here to help you find the perfect vehicle for your lifestyle and budget. Visit us in person or shop online at buyersauto.com. Come see why it's better to buy at Byers.
Pop quiz. What's the best way to go back to school? With Giant Eagle and Market District, of course. From lunchbox favorites to fun after-school snacks, they make it easy to care for growing minds and stomachs. And with their Deals for School Days program, you'll enjoy savings on thousands of items throughout the store. But don't wait. Featured items are only available at these low prices for a limited time. So stop in and stock up for the ultimate back-to-school pantry. Visit your local Giant Eagle or Market District today.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same, but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online? Go to hims.com/joy. Through HIMS, you'll get a free medical consultation, discreet shipping if prescribed, and the process is 100% online. To start your free online visit, go to hims.com/joy. That's HIMS.com/JOY.
Okay, everyone, what did you think of the chocolate bar?
It's too chewy.
Feels kind of chalky.
Too much nougat.
I need to go brush my teeth.
Business is booming for Steph's small marketing research firm.
After all these focus groups, there's only one conclusion. I need more researchers.
And she's way too busy researching.
Does this have peanuts?
To waste time researching resumes.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Put our matching platform to work so you can spend less time searching and more time connecting with talented candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
The Buckeye Show.
I'd like to know where Lou Holtz is right now. I mean, I'm sure he's in bed.
I tell you what, Ryan, you better not be saying those things about me.
The Buckeye Show.
Presented by Coors Light and sponsored by CareSource.
Weeknights at 6 on The Fan.
Common Man here for Universal Windows Direct. Fall is here. It's the perfect time to replace those old, drafty windows before the cold sets in. As temperatures drop, you don't want to be stuck with windows that make your heating system work overtime because that will cost you money. My guys at Universal Windows Direct back everything up with a true lifetime warranty as long as you own the home and a 20-year warranty to the next homeowner. Plus 0% financing for 60 months. Restrictions apply because they always do. Call them today, 614-502-5220, or go to uwd.com.
At Metal Supermarkets, we're all about getting you and your crew to quit in time sooner. That's why our service is a cut above. You see, no matter the project, we'll get you to the right metal, shape, and grade. Cut to any size, ready real fast. And yeah, we'll deliver, leaving plenty of time for the important things, like opening an ice-cold can of aluminum. Metal Supermarkets, the convenience store for metal.
Hi, this is Bob Capace from Worthington Jewelers. As a local family-owned business, we understand the importance of celebrating the ones we love. Stop in to find the perfect gift or check us out online at worthingtonjewelers.com.
Looking to sell your home? Don't pay 6% commission. Call my guys at Sell for 1% Realtors. They're full service, not a do-it-yourself kind of thing. On average, customers save over $10,000. Give them a call, 614-451-6616. That's 451-6616.
Hey, fans! Welcome back to Fansville's Cheers and Tears. Oh. Okay, so everybody deals with losing, right? To a rival on a last-second field goal. Whatever, it's fine. I'm totally fine. But I cope with losing with an ice-cold Dr. Pepper. Those 23 flavors are so delicious. They totally wash away the pain of your college football team taking a big fat L. College football, it's a pepper thing.
Hey, football fans, with BetMGM's Second Chance promotion, you'll get your stake back if your first touchdown scorer scores second.
BetMGM and GameSense are money to gamble responsibly. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus only. This U.S. promotional offer not available in Mississippi, Nevada, Ontario, or Puerto Rico. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Available in the U.S. For New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. For Arizona, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. For Massachusetts, 1-800-327-5050. For Iowa, 1-800-BETS-OFF. For Puerto Rico, 1-800-981-0023. Subject to eligibility requirements. Partnership with Kansas Crossing Casino and Hotel.
Rothman and Ice is sponsored by your local Pella Window and Door showroom on Gemini Parkway. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Want to jinx your favorite sports team?
Please get out of my Van Halen t-shirt before you jinx the band and they break up.
Just ask Matty to print your shirts. You're listening to Rothman and Ice.
All right, a lot to do with college football and pro with our friend Dalton Wasserman. Nice enough to jump on. He's the analyst for Pro Football Focus and the co-host of PFF's College Football Show. Dalton, welcome back.
Appreciate you having me on. How you guys doing?
We're doing well. We talked a lot about the Sluka story out at UNLV. Listen, this is a total guess by me. And if he was absolutely making this up or his family was making this up, that'd be a big reach for me. He's a quarterback. I draw the line. Quarterbacks are leaders inherently. He's got an undefeated team. Quitting on them for a made-up story seems a big reach for me. Where do you stand on it?
Look, I think it's very, very precarious to draw early conclusions on this until all the details come out. But what sounds like is being reported is that it's something that was agreed upon but not written down, which always gets you into dicey territory, right? Almost the old way of college football where some guys were getting paid under the table and weren't getting caught with it and all sorts of stuff. But look, nothing exists if it's not written down, right? And it's a shame that if that's the way that it went down too, he would have to learn from that. But it's a real shame, honestly, for the game too, because UNLV, they had 2 Power 5 wins and it was such a great run they were on. They got another huge game against Syracuse coming next week at home, and now this entire situation puts their entire season in flux when they really could have been a playoff contender. So I do think it's dangerous to draw, conclusions and place blame in all of this. I think it's just a byproduct of right now a college football world with not a ton of regulations in place, and we were bound to get this eventually, whether it was there or somewhere else.
All right, Dalton. So Bryant-Denny Stadium, it's going to be rocking Saturday night when Kirby Smart and the Georgia Bulldogs come in to town, a top 5 matchup between Bama and Kirby Smart's squad. When you look at where these teams are right now, when we kick off that game Saturday evening, what's one thing you're going to be locking in on between these two teams?
I think this game will be won or lost by Georgia in obvious passing situations. Look, their offenses looked good when they've gotten to run the ball. They've got 3 really, really good backs, Nate Frazier, Branson Robinson, Trevor Etienne. They got great backs. They have a great offensive line, and their play-action game has been working. But when they get away from play-action, when they get into third downs, when they get into obvious passing situations, Georgia has struggled so far to replace 2 guys that they lost to the NFL in Brock Bowers and Ladd McConkey. They need somebody at either tight end or at wide receiver to step up for them in those situations and separate. I think the moments when Georgia gets in 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8, those are going to be the moments that decide this game, and they need to be better than they've been in those situations through the first 3 games.
Another one that's intriguing, but the spread would tell you that it's not supposed to be intriguing, is Illinois at Penn State. They're almost a 3-touchdown dog, yet they come off the big win against Nebraska on the road. Give me a feel on whether you think the Illini can hang with Penn State and, dare I say, even beat them.
I think they can absolutely hang, for sure. What you have there, I'm with you. I think that spread is kind of ridiculous the way that Illinois has played. They got a big win over Kansas, got the big win at Nebraska. They've been playing good football, and the difference for Illinois has been major improvement on the offensive line. They got 2 new transfer tackles in there, J.C. Davis and Melvin Priestley, who have honestly changed this entire football team. They can protect Luke Altmaier, and Altmaier is really good when he's protected. They've got receivers out there, and Pat Bryant and Zachary Franklin, who can catch the ball, and they always play good, aggressive defense. Penn State should be on alert in this game. I actually do believe a 17-point spread is way too wide. I have Penn State winning, but I think it's going to be a tight, physical game.
Dalton, you agreeing with Brent Venables here to go away from Jackson Arnold and put in the freshman? Was it time to make that quarterback switch, in your opinion?
Honestly, I think it's just added a PR storm to an offense that's struggling across the board. Look, they have one of the lowest graded offensive lines in the Power 5. They have one of the lowest graded receiving corps in the Power 5. This is not just a quarterback issue. And if the only thing they're adding to it is a younger kid with maybe more mobility than Arnold, sure, but they have a team-wide offensive problem right now. And I know they're looking for any sort of spark. I think they've just put themselves on tenuous ground with Jackson Arnold, who was a highly rated recruit last year, played decent in their bowl game against Arizona last year, but they have more issues than just the quarterback. And I'm not even 100% sure with their offense that they're beating Auburn this week.
All right, give me your take on this Tennessee team. They went in there, they held Oklahoma to their third down percentage. Oklahoma's was awful. They didn't have to score 45 points to win the game. Tennessee went on the road and got this done. Everyone's calling them national title contenders. We've had guys on our program, including Brady Quinn, say they're currently the best team in college football. Where do you stand?
I don't know about the best team in college football, but they're certainly one of them. And the fact that they're more well-rounded than we thought they would be is a huge development. Because honestly, you looked at this team, and it's a really good receiving core, and you know they're going to score with Josh Heupel. But their 2 superstar players, their quarterback, Nico Iamaleava, and their star edge rusher, James Pierce Jr., haven't even really played their best football yet. They've had the rest of their team, Dylan Sampson in the run game. The receivers have played well, obviously, and the rest of their defensive line is a huge development for me because I didn't know if they would have enough to complement Pierce, and it's actually starting to work the other way around where the unit is playing well, and I just need Pierce to look like a superstar on top of it, and then we're really rolling. So I actually think the fact that they've gotten off to this start with maybe some of their big-name players not even playing their most consistent football yet makes them really dangerous. They look really well-rounded right now.
One of the other ranked-on-ranked matchups this weekend is 15th-ranked Louisville taking on number 16 Notre Dame. Notre Dame obviously suffered that bad loss to Northern Illinois, but these 2 teams right now, who do you feel better about?
I feel a little bit better about Louisville. They're going on the road. It is a tough environment, and this is going to be a defensive game. These are 2 spectacular defenses. You've got Notre Dame's secondary and Ben Morrison and Xavier Watts, and then Louisville's just got a nasty defensive line headlined by Ashton Gelati. I think both teams are going to be able to run the ball a bit. The difference in this game, this has to be the game where Riley Leonard shows up for Notre Dame. Look, Notre Dame's they came off that NIU loss, and they just started leaning more and more into their run game. They've got a really good running game, but Louisville right now has the 3rd highest graded run defense in the country for us. They're really, really good up front. They're tough to block. They got good athletes. They got powerful guys up there. Riley Leonard needs to add some sort of dimension in the passing game. He's been struggling to work the ball downfield, and for the most part, if he can't find anyone open, he's going to take off and run. I like Louisville in this game. I think they have a little more balance. Unless Riley Leonard shows us something he really hasn't showed us in at least a year, I'm not sure Notre Dame's going to score a ton of points on Louisville.
All right, final one for our friend Dalton Wasserman of Pro Football Focus. What did you think of Michigan before the USC game, and has anything changed in your mind after it?
I thought they might be able to work their way back into playoff contention. They had to have that game. Getting that win gives it a different scope on their season right now. But Not a whole lot different on the whole, though. I mean, look, starting Alex Orji was a changeup, and you knew with Orji in there they were going to run the ball every play, and that's basically what they did. And you know, this is just how Michigan has to win ball games. They have to be the best defense in the country, and they were really good. And Miller Moss was really good for USC too, but Michigan's defense was spectacular in that game. Their star players came out to play, and they're just going to have to win those types of games where they get ahead, they can play defense, and they can't. They right now, between Davis Warren and Alex Orji, they look like they're just about incapable of throwing the football. So, can they make the playoffs? Yes, they could. They could scratch and claw their way to 10 wins, but with their quarterback situation, I don't think they're a national title contender.
Yep, I agree. Good stuff, man. Always appreciate you jumping on. Thanks, Dalton.
Appreciate you as always, too. Thank you.
Yep. Dalton Wasserman, Pro Football Focus analyst and contributor and the co-host of the PFF College Football Show. He was on the Bryant Heating Cooling Systems fan guest hotline.
I can't wait for Georgia-Bama. Yep. I just cannot wait for that. It sucks, though, because you know how I was complaining the other day about the dueling Monday Night Football games going at each other? We've got Illinois and Penn State kicking off at the same time at 7:30 as Bama and Georgia. So that sucks. People are probably yelling at me, Matty, get YouTube TV. You get the 4. I don't have YouTube
Matty,
TV
get a multiple TV setup. It's 2024. I can't believe you don't have 8 TVs hanging on your wall.
The YouTube TV thing is sweet, though. With the 4 games you can watch at once. That solves the problem. I need to probably hop on that train sooner rather than later.
What solves the problem for me is the return button, the last button. That solves it for me. I'm good with that. But so one's kicking off at 7:30 and the other one is the exact same time?
Yeah.
All right.
That sucks, man.
Yeah, such problems. I know. Tough for us sports fans. We come back, Buckeye Bolton time. Matty, the game happened. They won, but the award was withheld. You'll hear the details next. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
The Fan is live and local with Morning Juice. Caffeinate and dominate.
Weekday mornings from 6 to 9.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Hey, it's Anthony Rothman for the Bath Authority. It's time to make your bath and shower something you really love. Something so great, your singing in the shower comes from a genuine place of happiness. Don't keep staring at that outdated bath, the mold, the mildew, the broken tiles. Every unit from the Bath Authority is custom built. You choose the premium accents and accessories. Right now, get free installation on your new bath or shower, plus 36 months of 0% interest. Visit thebathauthority.com. That's thebathauthority.com. A better bath awaits.
Erectile dysfunction is a destroyer of your confidence, of your joy and intimacy, and often it can even harm your relationship. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, the leading men's sexual health practice in our area for treating erectile dysfunction. And I want you to know today that if you're like most men, you can be free of ED and all the impacts it has on your life. At Tri-State Men's Health, we're your local provider for dealing with men's sexual health issues. Our expert medical teams are focused on treating ED, and we have highly effective treatment plans with some protocols that work in well over 90% of cases. We can even combine treatments for greater efficacy, all of which means it's very likely you'll be having great sex again within just a day or two of your first appointment. You might even find you're performing like you haven't in years. So call us. Your initial visit is just $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com. We have 2 convenient locations, just off 270 in Hilliard and near the Medical Mile in Westerville.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. If you need a new roof, but you're not sure you can afford it, no problem. Right now, Able Roof is offering no payments, no interest until 2026 for qualified buyers. Yep, that's the same Able Roof that's been voted the #1 roofing company in Columbus by Consumer Choice Awards 22 years in a row. Want more? Able Roof will give you up to $1,000 off a new roof, siding, or windows. This is a limited time offer, so call Able Roof today.
Call Able for the proof. 444-ROOF. Football season is here, and we have so much stuff. One station isn't enough. Find even more pigskin on ESPN Columbus.
Set your second preset to AM 1460 or 97.1 FM HD2, or listen on the Fan app.
Your home of the Buckeyes, the Fan.
Ready for the best car buying experience? Visit KruegerFord.com today. Explore our amazing selection of new and pre-owned vehicles. Service and parts available when you need us. Come experience the Krieger commitment. The best cars, the best people, peace of mind. Visit KruegerFord.com today.
Navigating mental health insurance benefits can be overwhelming, but you don't have to do it alone. The Mental Health Insurance Assistance Office is here to guide you. Our expert team will help you connect with your health insurance plan to understand available behavioral health benefits. Say goodbye to frustration and hello to control over your mental well-being. Call 855-438-6442 today.
Windows, siding, APCO, absolutely. We don't rely on gimmicks to get customers. We rely on our reputation. APCO is a local, family-owned window and siding company established in 1962.
Absolutely, absolutely. You can trust APCO.
APCO.com.
Now your ideas don't have to wait. Now they have everything they need to come to life. Dell Technologies and Intel are creating technology that loves ideas, loves expanding your business, evolving your passions. We push what technology can do, so great ideas can happen right now. Find out how to bring your ideas to life at Dell.com. Welcome to Now.
Tommy! I can't wait for golf this weekend, huh, buddy? Time flies. Love you, man. Oh, don't forget your knee brace again. We aren't in college anymore.
Moments together matter, so help protect yourself from RSV. If you're 75 or older or 60 plus with a chronic condition like asthma, COPD, heart disease, or severe diabetes, you're at higher risk of landing in the hospital from RSV, and there are no prescription RSV treatments. Check eligibility and schedule your RSV vaccine at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
It's almost Football Friday. All play and no work.
Sponsored by Tansky Sawmill Toyota.
Your home for football, The Fan. Rothman and Ice present Buckeye Bolton.
Sponsored by Logan AC and Heat Services. Don't go through another furnace breakdown. For fast, friendly service, call the experts at Logan Services now for a free estimate and next day furnace installation.
All right, Buckeye Bolton time. By now you know, 7:30 kick in Spartyville. We'll do a lot more on that in the coming days here. We go back just quickly for the 49-14 thumping of Marshall. Now, it certainly could have gotten weird at some point during that game if they don't have an illegal formation and they do recover the muff punt on the 8-yard line and they go in and tie the game. The drama would have continued. But here we are with Ohio State. They gave up 7 of 17 on third downs. Marshall didn't do a whole lot in the rushing category, 2.9 yards per, 5 yards a pass. Certainly can live with that. And so Ohio State, fairly dominated the game. And as Matty pointed out earlier in the week, shut them down completely in the second half. So it wasn't a game. You shut them down and you shut them out in the second half. But here is Jim Knowles on why they didn't name a defensive player of the game.
You got to speak truth, and while we had some champions, we had no one that we thought really showed, a silver bullet of the game performance.
Tough love, Matty.
This has got to be just a dream.
Coach, I had 8 tackles and 6 solos.
It's not good enough.
And I had a tackle for loss. That's not good enough?
Not good enough.
I'm Lathan Ransom.
Level up, baby. That's what they're telling them. This has to be a dream for a coach right now. For Jim Knowles, Coach Day, all those guys over there on the staff, because they know how good they can be. But right now, it's like, we still got things we need to work on. And I think that's the best place to be. You're off to a 3-0 start. There's some really good things that have been happening on both sides of the ball, but whether it's the special team stuff, but specifically some of the things you mentioned on defense, the start of the game, not getting off the field on money down. Like, you got to love that as a coach right now to keep your team locked in. And so the tests are coming, and maybe we'll get a little bit of that on the road this weekend, where, this is, I believe, it's the shortest spread of the year. Going on the road, what I guess we can call a bit of a tough environment. I don't know what it's going to look like, but it's on the road. It's different energy that they're going to face this weekend, and I can't wait to see how they handle it. Georgia, their first trip out of Athens, had to completely sweat out a game and only put up 13 points against a team they probably should have knocked around for more. So this can happen, but I think going back to Coach Knowles and what he laid out, I love that he said, just got to keep it real. Got to keep it real. There's nobody that really popped off the tape that showed consistency of what we believe is our standard on this side of the ball.
It's dipped below a fairly key number. It's now at 23.5, if that makes any difference to anybody. But back to the Buckeyes and Jim Knowles. And part of the depth chart, when he started looking at defensive tackle and nose tackle and all that, and that interior, we had dudes that certainly, with Tyleek Williams and Ty Hamilton and guys that were surefire going to be leaders and starters. And then Caden McDonald may not be a household name to people in Buckeye land. And a lot of people thought, before the season, we got a true nose tackle and the guy that was pushing other guys to play a lot of football for this year. And he was getting kind of moments in the past, but now he is showing himself. Here's Jim Knowles on Caden McDonald.
Caden's, he's interesting because he's very talented, plays hard. I think it's a matter of consistency with him and predictability, I would say. So if you flash outside your gap and you make a play, great. And the next time you flash outside your gap and don't make a play, then we have to be disciplined in our approach. But I think he's certainly shown the ability to mess things up in there.
Outside of availability, consistency is arguably the most important thing you have to have as a player in a good way. You don't want to be consistently bad. But being consistent with what you do as a player, I think, is up there at the top. And that's how you get, from good to great, and in my opinion, is being consistent with what you do. And so Coach Knowles just took us in his mind there where he's seeing some good things with Caden, but maybe a couple plays here or there. He not, being assignment sound and getting out of his lane and allowing a team to do some things there. But, yeah, man, I see the vision with Caden. You got a physical presence down there that can be a run stuffer and clog up lanes and free things up for your linebackers and allow those guys to get downhill or whatever the case may be. You got to love having that type of presence on your D-line. You got the pass rushers. You got the guys on the interior that can maybe rush the passer well in the middle of that offensive line on third downs. But to have a big body down there that another offense knows they got to deal with, I think it's a great weapon to have defensively.
Oh, he's a massive dude. Yeah. That's for sure. And you're right. That's also it's very encouraging, and it's also probably very frustrating to a coordinator is when I see it and then I don't see it all the time. And that's, that goes to the dedication, the work ethic, and watching film and being disciplined and all that. And they're going to tap into that with him. What is the second year of the program, I think?
I believe so.
Yeah,
I believe so, yeah.
But he is a big part of what they want to be defensively. Yeah. Here he is on kind of grading the linebackers through 3.
Yeah, overall, in general, pleased. They know the system. They operate. They can make checks. See things happen before they happen. I think they've been matching up pretty well in pass coverage. I think we've been doing a more advanced job there, and just get better at tackling. I mean, it's a science that you never practice live. So, those even when you make the tackle, is it 3 or is it 5? Because that leads to the 3rd and 1s, 2s and 3s that make it difficult. So, I think it's just that tackling and how to continue to get more physical tackles, speed of the game tackles, while also still taking care of them at the same time during practice.
I know coming off the USC-Michigan game, a lot of people were saying just all the bad calls and everything that happened in that game against USC. But the bottom line is, if they make a tackle, they probably win the game. And when you think about that, I know people are killing Lincoln Riley and all that. The guy is being dragged around the waist. Yeah. You get another teammate to come over and clock him, but the other teammate that came over was basically said, "You got him." And he didn't have him. Yeah. And it ended the game for USC. It allowed Michigan to come back and win that game. That had to be the worst thing ever for USC to know. We get that guy on the ground, we win the game.
Because that's what offenses are trying to do, right? To your point is, get their playmakers in space, get them in that one-on-one situation to where if you make one guy miss, it could be a big chunk play or, even better, a scenario where you could take it to the crib. And so I love what Coach Knowles said there, that some of those things are finite details of tackling a guy at 1 yard or 3 yards as opposed to 4 or 5 that can make a difference in a game.
All right, there's your Buckeye Bolton for today. Third hour is on the way. Carp will join us at 2:33, but up next is a certain future Hall of Famer, just a guy now. One former player says, yes, you'll hear it. Rothman and Ice in the Fan.
A lot has changed in 30 years, but we're still that old shoe that feels worn in and well-loved. And, well, we smell a little, but you've accepted that. The Fan.
Breaking news coming in from Bet365, where every nail-biting overtime at 365. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio.
Warning, the following ZipRecruiter radio spot you are about to hear is going to be filled with F words.
When you're hiring, we at ZipRecruiter know you can feel frustrated, forlorn even, like your efforts are futile, and you can spend a fortune trying to find fabulous people, only to get flooded with candidates who are just fine. Fortunately, ZipRecruiter figured out how to fix all of that. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. With ZipRecruiter, you can forget your frustrations because we find the right people for your roles fast, which is our absolute favorite F word. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day.
Fantastic.
So, whether you need to hire 4, 40, or 400 people, get ready to meet first-rate talent. Just go to ZipRecruiter.com/free to try ZipRecruiter for free. Don't forget, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free. Finally, that's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
The time to save big is now. It's Ford Truck Month at your local Ford dealer, and the time to buy is now. Make way for great offers across an amazing lineup of Ford trucks, featuring the built Ford Tough F-150 and Super Duty. Check out the versatile Ford Maverick and the capable Ford Ranger. But you can't wait. These limited truck month deals won't last. Check it all out at buyfordnow.com. Then get over to your local Ford dealer today. Hurry in, as these deals won't last long.
Your local Rite Aid might be closing, but don't worry. It's easy to transfer your prescriptions with GoodRx. First, check prices at GoodRx.com or on our app. Then show your coupon to the pharmacist. It's that simple. GoodRx can save you up to 80% on prescriptions at over 70,000 pharmacies nationwide. Best of all, GoodRx is free, and it works whether you have insurance or not. Download the app or visit GoodRx.com today. GoodRx is not insurance but can be used instead of insurance, including Medicare and other federal and state-funded programs.
Replace your heating and cooling system with Logan Services. Get 0% APR financing for 72 months on a qualifying Train system. It's hard to stop a train. Find us online and schedule your free estimate now. Logan Services.
Starting this fall, you can turn your media passion into a high-octane career. Ohio Media School will train you for TV, radio, social media, and digital media. Get real-world experience and hands-on learning with their cutting-edge Activator curriculum through internships and live remotes with industry pros, small class sizes, and real-world media studios. Accelerate your career with their 6 to 8 month programs. Visit Ohio Media School now at beonair.com to book your free studio tour. That's right, free. Go to beonair.com now and seize your media future with Ohio Media School.
Get Nature Stone and never replace your flooring again. Nature Stone is a beautiful permanent flooring solution for garages, basements, and indoor spaces. Act now to get pricing as low as 99 cents a square foot plus installation. Schedule your free cost estimate today at naturestone.com. It's not just a floor. Wow, it's Nature Stone.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
And I'm Cole Bartemus. The final duel in the 2024 Ohio Cup will be taking place tonight. Last night, the Guardians captured at least a split of the Cup. A win tonight will give them full ownership. First pitch is at 6:40. And we only have one more day without football, folks. Tomorrow, the Cowboys will travel to the Meadowlands to take on the Giants for Thursday Night Football. CeeDee Lamb will look to have a bounce-back game, as yesterday he publicly apologized for both his performance and his behavior on Sunday against the Ravens. Friendly reminder that Ohio State's game in East Lansing on Saturday will be a night game. If you missed the news yesterday, that 7 o'clock kick got moved to 7:30. And, of course, that game can be heard right here on The Fan. Our pregame coverage will begin at 1:30. The Browns have placed guard Wyatt Teller on injured reserve ahead of their game. They'll be playing in the second slot at 4:25 in Las Vegas. The Bengals and Panthers will be in the first slot at 1 o'clock. This update is brought to you by Nature Stone. To schedule your free cost estimate today at naturestone.com. It's not just a floor. Wow. It's Nature Stone.
Most shows just skim the surface, but Rothman and Ice feel like the biggest story of the day deserves a closer look. It's time for a deeper dive.
Sponsored by Maxima Concrete. Visit MaximaConcrete.com today to schedule your free estimate.
All right, final hour of the program. Are we giving away the prize at this very moment?
It's time. It's time to get our Santa Claus on because Santa Claus is coming to town sooner rather than later. So why not get in the Christmas spirit right now? Right now, Ohio Mulch. They're turning 40, ladies and gentlemen, and they're giving away a $40 gift card to Ohio Mulch to celebrate. So we're going to do this right here and now. 614-821-9710.
Right now.
Yeah, sing it. I like that. 614-821-9710 is CB's hotline number. Earlier or yesterday, I tried to get AR to watch a movie. He said, you know what, Matty Ice, your movie suggestion sucks.
No, I've got it ready for DVR on Thursday at 4 a.m.
He said, your movie suggestion sucks. I'm going to watch something else. What movie did he watch last night instead of the movie I've been trying to get him to watch? 614-821-9710 is the number. You get it right, and you'll get the $40 gift card.
I've got it, man. It's in the silo.
Name the movie AR watched.
Yeah, but name the movie I got stuck watching last night. Rodney Harrison is a former great safety and, a two-time Super Bowl champ and first-team All-Pro and all that. And so he works for – he's on NBC.
NBC.
Right?
He's over there with Tony Dungy.
Right, WNBC.
Is Drew Brees still doing stuff there?
I don't know.
I honestly haven't watched any of their pregame coverage yet. I just hop in because the game usually starts around 8:10, 8:15. I know Maria Taylor's over there.
I don't think it starts till 8:25.
Is that where we're at? Yeah. Okay, but is Drew still over there cooking?
Who knows? I honestly, and this is probably very bad, but I just don't care that much.
No, you don't need to apologize
there
for that.
The games,
pregame. Who cares?
These guys are all very talented. I'm not saying they don't have something good to say. They probably do. There's only so many hours in the day. You're going to lock in. Think about how many hours you're on the couch. And by the way, that's my biggest pet peeve of the 9:30 game on Sunday morning because I know I'm going to be watching games at 1, and I'm going to be watching the 4:25, and then I'm going to be watching the night game.
Yeah, you're just not going to get me to complain about football when we go through this.
Just give me a half a day to get ready.
You just overwhelm me, shower me with football as much as I can get. Unless we're doing kickoffs that are right around the corner from each other. Then I got a problem.
By the way, you know what else I thought about?
Yeah.
If changing the kickoff in the NFL was, a safety thing, and I'm on it. It's okay.
It sucks.
I don't think it sucks. I think it's been okay. We've kept it in the game.
Happening. There's nothing happening. It sucks.
We've had a couple kicks that have returned. In fact, we even had the Eckler taking that second half kickoff back against the Bengals for 65 yards.
There's no action.
But that was a big play in the game.
That's a one-off that you're talking about.
Well, there's been more than one is my point.
No, but I guess my point is it's boring as heck. Just put the ball to 20. But either way, we don't need to go down that road.
But if it's safety, if safety is the thing.
I'm going down the safety road too. Just put it at the 20.
Then why don't they change it in college?
I don't know.
We're not worried about them?
I don't know. Go drive over to Indy and ask them at the NCAA building.
It's like if the pros, these guys are big and strong and fast. We're not talking about peewee football. We're talking about major college football. Why didn't college adopt this change? Why didn't they all do it together?
They're doing everything else the NFL's doing, to your point.
And enough with the 1 foot in. These guys are way too good. 2 feet in college.
I can roll with you on that.
Come on.
I can roll with you on that.
It's just unbelievable how they're one and the same, NFL and college almost.
Yeah.
Now. All right, so back to the deal from our boy Rodney Harrison. And I haven't heard this, but I heard kind of what he was the guy he was talking about was a very, very good player, great future Hall of Famer in Travis Kelce. So CB dropped this on us.
He's busy. He got a lot on his plate. You think about it, he's doing a lot of different things. Media-wise, he's playing football. He's got other things going on. It's a lot of stuff going on. But when you're in that situation, you got to forget about everything else. You got to focus 100% on football, and that's the main responsibility. But, he's just guys are making plays on him. You see Jesse Bates did a heck of a job on him tonight, and he just doesn't have the same speed. He's a good player still, but he's just not I don't believe he's a great player.
I don't think he's a great player. Here's the difference. He didn't say one thing about his age or talent. He said he's distracted.
Taylor?
You heard him. It'd be one thing if he said, hey, this guy's going to be 35. He's lost a step.
Yeah.
His lack of separation. He's a physical player when he gets the ball, but he can't separate it. He said none of that. He said basically what he said was that his struggles early on in this season are not because the way defenses are playing them, not because he's not getting a lot of opportunity to make plays downfield, but that he has too much going on off the field.
He is everywhere, man. The dude is everywhere. I've seen him in I think cereal commercials. Obviously, we know who he's attached to, and I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that at all. You got the $100 million Amazon podcast deal that was announced prior to the season with his bro, Jason. And so I would be willing to go down this road with Rodney, but I'm not going to, just because last year there were similar vibes to Travis Kelce when it came to his high-level production and maybe the best years being behind him. And then Travis told us all to shut the hell up because when he got to the postseason, it was 71 yards, 75 yards, $116 and 93. And he was catching touchdowns and all that stuff again. And so father time comes for everybody. It's like Vecna in Stranger Things. When you hear that clock start to ding, dong, dong, like that's when you know you got problems when Vecna's coming to get you. And maybe that is the case, but I think what's happened around the Kansas City Chiefs and more importantly around Travis Kelce is they have more explosive playmakers right now with the emergence of Rashee Rice and Xavier Worthy and some other guys that have stepped up over the last year or two. So only Travis knows if he's been completely distracted and he's not as dedicated as he was. I think that's easy to point to based off of where he is right now. I would lean more towards AR, just the abilities fading away because of his age more so than him not loving the game anymore because he's dating Taylor Swift.
Yeah, I'm with you. Oh, is he? I hadn't heard that.
You didn't know that, right?
I didn't know that.
Okay.
I hadn't heard he dating Taylor Swift. I'm very proud of him. That's very nice. I don't think anybody's that surprised about this. I agree with you. I think that when you start staring at the list of tight ends who produced at a high level in their age 35 and higher seasons, it's Tony G, and that's about it.
Slim.
And it's they've had really good playoff runs. And if I'm the Chiefs, we're winning, and we're winning not in spite of him, but we're winning technically without him. I think this was more glaring because he didn't secure that pass that was thrown his way. Was that fourth down? I can't remember, or third down, whatever it was. But he was trying to make a football move and didn't put it away, and it got knocked out. It was a good play by the defender. They've added some other fast dudes that are younger. They have Rice. They have Worthy, who, by the way, didn't do much last week either after his great debut in the league. Kelce is one of those guys. The reason why people are surprised is because he's been so consistent. And he is the one guy who somehow looks really slow but gets open. And he's a guy you can count on. And so far, they haven't been able to count on him early, and everyone's bailing on him through 3 weeks. I'm with you. Is there some inconsistency with the Chiefs, even with Mahomes, who's thrown picks, a handful of picks?
Great, right?
But the fact that they're winning in spite of this should scare the league even more than they probably already are scared.
Some people would say AR and Matty, they're a toenail away from losing one game. They got a 4th and 16 to, in some people's mind, questionable PI go.
But it wasn't.
Their way.
Yeah.
And that's the reality of it, is what you said, but it wasn't. And so the biggest thing here is that they got 3 dubs and they got 0 losses. And now they're looking at a game this week against a division rival where their quarterback may not play, and Justin Herbert. Joe Alt, their first-round tackle, he ain't playing in this game. And Derwin James, one of their best defenders on defense, is suspended for a game. So they're probably going to pick up another AFC win, but more importantly, a divisional win this week on the road against Harbaugh.
I'd be very careful at predicting Travis Kelce's demise. I'd be very careful at that. Yeah. I think he's too competitive. He's been a winner. He's a veteran. He'll find a way to contribute if he can stay healthy, and that's okay if you want to talk about that. But he's 35. He's almost a year older than Gronk, who's been retired for 4 years. Like, yes, I agree that the father time thing you mentioned can be real. But if you're going to go down this road of that he's not focused and that's why he's not contributing, wait and see. It's a long season. Where you need him the most is when it comes down to the big games and then towards the playoff run and securing the 1 seed and all that. And I think he will deliver if he's healthy. And so kind of that's where I am with Travis Kelce. If you were drafting him if you were drafting him in fantasy, all right, you get what you pay for there. If you reached for him high, then I don't know, maybe you were probably just, I don't know what you were hoping on. Maybe you were hoping that Patrick and he just have this chemistry that he's always going to go to him, and you'll get those goal line targets where they throw those little bubble screens in their goal. But other than that, I have no sympathy for anybody that reached for him in fantasy because, first of all, reaching for a tight end probably isn't the greatest move ever. And so, but if there was going to be a reach, maybe he would still be the one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm with you. I'm okay for people saying, man, I'm sick of this guy. I see him everywhere. It's Taylor and Kelce and his brother and every commercial and State Farm. Like, if you want to be sick, if he's oversaturated, I get it. But he is a star, and I what was his exact quote? That he's good, not great, CB? Is that what Rodney said in the very beginning?
I think so, but it was kind of like the end. At the end, he doesn't call him a great player. He's just a good player.
Okay.
Which is understandable at this point in his career, if that is the case. But I'm with you.
But he didn't go to age or health.
I wouldn't go all in just yet. And that, who knows if Rodney, that's just so hard to predict. And like I said, that's low-hanging fruit right now when it comes to Travis Kelce. And it is eye-opening to see that through 3 games, he only has 8 catches. That is very eye-opening to see. But I think, sometimes in basketball in the NBA, there's the veteran team that knows that, hey, we're a 16-win type of squad. That's 4 playoff rounds. That's what we're built to do. We don't need. We can let the young team rack up all the regular season wins and get the 1 seed in the NBA. We'll see you in the postseason. And we got 16 games for you where we're coming into your house or whatever we got to do and handle business. Travis Kelce's that type of player at this point in his career. I'll see you in the postseason.
As Clubber Lang once amazingly said, I got a lot of mo for you. And I'm with you. The regular season versus the playoffs been night and day. And let's not forget this. He is pacing himself. He is 35. Like, they are going for a three-peat. The hunger may not always be at the same level every single week. But when it gets to the playoffs, I learned my lesson. I didn't think they had flipped the switch. I didn't think they had it.
Especially on the road.
Yep.
They had to go
and then
on the
they were
road
going on
and
the
do it.
road. I thought, okay.
And Travis Kelce's bodying people last year.
Yeah. All right, we'll come back with pre-snap reads. CB will give the answer to the trivia question. And Jerry Jones regrets he's had a few, but not too few to mention. We will next. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
If you haven't thought about Buckeye football today, I'm sorry to tell you that you're dead. Our condolences. Your home of the Buckeyes, the Fan.
Sonic Temple Art and Music Festival returns for its biggest year yet. For the first time with Metallica. 2 nights, 2 different set lists, no repeat weekend. Plus exclusive Metallica experiences. With Rob Zombie, Alice in Chains, and over 100 more bands to be announced. 4 days, May 8th to the 11th at historic Crew Stadium in Columbus, Ohio. Select passes on sale now at SonicTempleFestival.com.
Common Man here for Universal Windows Direct. Fall is here. It's the perfect time to replace those old, drafty windows before the cold sets in. As temperatures drop, you don't want to be stuck with windows that make your heating system work overtime because that will cost you money. My guys at Universal Windows Direct back everything up with a true lifetime warranty as long as you own the home and a 20-year warranty to the next homeowner. Plus 0% financing for 60 months. Restrictions apply because they always do. Call them today, 614-502-5220, or go to uwd.com.
Trust and Will knows that this fall, you're likely celebrating a birthday, your own, a loved one's, or even welcoming a new addition, because fall is the most popular birthday season in America, and Trust and Will celebrates milestones by protecting what matters most. Trust and Will makes estate planning easy and affordable, with step-by-step guidance designed by attorneys but customized by you. All documents are state-specific, legally valid, and secure. Plus, Trust and Will has thousands of 5-star reviews and a rating of excellent on Trustpilot. So join the hundreds of thousands of families in celebrating and securing your future with Trust and Will. Visit trustandwill.com now with offer code Columbus for 10% off your plan. That's trustandwill.com, offer code Columbus. Trustandwill.com. Trust and Will is an online service providing legal forms and information. It is not a law firm and is not a substitute for the advice of an attorney. Documents are not valid until formally executed in accordance with applicable law.
Most radio stations suck. Here's why. They don't invest in local programming. We're live and local 14 hours a day. You can rest assured that every stupid thing we say is 100% local. Homegrown dumb since day one. The Fan.
Common Common Man here for Care Heating and Cooling. Weather is unpredictable, but the inside of your home should be comfortable just the way you like it. And the best way to avoid those unnecessary surprises is with a care plan. See, with a care plan, you get priority service, system maintenance in case of an emergency. Just another way to give you and your family peace of mind. And maintaining your systems properly can help save you money. A properly maintained furnace and air conditioner run more efficiently, reducing your utility usage. Regular maintenance also prevents breakdowns and extends the life of your equipment. I'm on the care plan, and I'm quite the expert. I'll stop by and give your system a once-over. I will. Don't tempt me. I end every commercial the same way, telling you to hire Care when you need a company you can trust. It's not just the slogan. That's the Care creed. How about this? Lennox. They have thousands of dealers nationwide. HVAC royalty. Last year, Lennox gave Care their coveted Partner of the Year award because they're trusted by their customers and their partners. Care Heating and Cooling. Call 1-800-COOLING or book an appointment online at careheatingandcooling.com when you need a company you can trust.
Scott from the Cleveland area has coached girls basketball and supported his granddaughter's athletic pursuits.
My granddaughters have worked hard to excel in sports. It's tough enough. So the idea that Sherrod Brown voted to allow transgender biological men to compete in girls' sports, it's unfair and dangerous. And introducing a bill to allow biological men in girls' locker rooms? Biological men to shower in my granddaughter's locker room? No way. I worry about the safety of my family constantly. Now I have to worry about Sherrod Brown's crazy liberal ideas. I thought Sherrod Brown was on my side, but he's way too liberal for me.
Sherrod Brown has let Ohio down. Now he's way too liberal for Ohio. Senate Leadership Fund paid for and is responsible for the content of this advertising, not authorized by any candidate or candidates committee. www.senateleadershipfund.org.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Today, partly to mostly cloudy with a 30% chance of rain. High 79. Tonight, low 64 under partly cloudy skies. Partly cloudy on your Thursday with a high of 80. Tracking the remnants of what will be Hurricane Helene, possibly bringing us some rain and wind by Friday and Saturday. I'm meteorologist Dylan Robichaud with your 10 TV weather impact forecasts on 97.1 The Fan.
Bet365 is the exclusive online sportsbook of Rothman and Ice. Whatever the sport, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365.
Rothman and Ice present Pre-Snap Reads.
Sponsored by the Low T Center, reinventing men's healthcare.
All right, a little Bet365 time, Matty.
Yes, sir, brother, because at Bet365, we don't do ordinary. See for yourself when you sign up today and get $200 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. You know what I'm looking at tonight? Hey, the baseball guys blessed me last night. You know, the dingers are always hard to predict. Anthony Santander, he hit a dinger yesterday, plus 425. So I'm not testing my luck.
Find me another one, Matty.
If you want to follow the best player in baseball, or the 1B, 1A, whatever you want to do, Aaron Judge has hit a home run in 3 straight games, AR. But I'm not messing around with that.
Maybe go Soto because he's been in a home run, not a slump, but he hasn't hit one for me in a while.
Okay, he may be cold, though. Baseball is kind of like when you're cold, you're cold.
Well, he had a couple ribbies, but he just hasn't gone yard.
You're in the he's due camp is what you're saying.
Right.
You can do that. I'm going to the WNBA. Watch some playoff action last night. Indiana Fever and Caitlin Clark and the former Buckeye Kelce Mitchell, their season's on the line tonight. You know those first-round playoff series, they're best of 3. They're only best of 3, so they got to get a dub tonight. Give me Caitlin Clark and her over in points tonight at 20.5.
Okay.
The juice on that is plus 100. She's had an incredible rookie year, but they got to have it tonight. She's got to make it rain 3, so I like the juice. 20.5. I'm going with the over.
I like that. From the category of Vegas knows something we don't know because we did not. The fact that Illinois is getting 18 points right now on Bet365 at Penn State Saturday night.
What is that?
That's what I'm saying. Is this too good to be true? I'm actually going to lock it in now just to have a little fun with it. So here's what I'll do. I'll take Illinois today getting the 18 because I can't imagine it going higher. So I'll grab them at the 18, and then I'll tease Ohio State down. You can tease it down, and I'll take the alternate line of like minus 13.5.
Okay.
I'll take Ohio State minus 13.5, Illinois plus 18. That gets me to plus 141 on the 2-teamer.
I'm in. For those that are interested, Aaron Judge tonight is plus 240 to hit a dinger. So pretty good value for a home run there. Whatever the sport, whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Bet365 is the official sports betting partner of the Cleveland Guardians. Download the Bet365 app today. 21 plus only, must be present in Ohio. If you or someone you know has a gambling problem and wants help, call 1-800-GAMBLER.
And may the odds be ever in your favor.
A quick little housekeeping on the Giants hosting Dallas on Thursday. They'll have to cover the all-pro receiver CeeDee Lamb fresh off his apology. They're going to be shorthanded now.
Who is, the Giants?
Yep. So they've ruled out Adoree Jackson, Andrew Phillips.
Sorry, they still got that D-line, though.
And Darius Slayton listed as questionable.
That D-line can help you out.
But as far as covering CD, 2 cornerbacks have been ruled out. Just
something to monitor.
Just wanted to get it out there. All right, so let's go to this Jerry Jones regrets, worst decisions. He's had plenty over the past
on or
decade.
Off the field.
Well, the interesting part about, yes, he's had some off the field, and he's had some
of those pictures we've seen.
He's had some of those.
Some extra.
Wasn't there a video that went viral of like someone doing a live, I think it was like at the Senior Bowl maybe, or like some type of scouting function where he was talking about, a certain maybe player or prospects.
Oh, I did see that. That was a little spicy. I'm talking about the picture that came out a few years ago where he's hanging out with some people that aren't his wife, and you can just see that Jerry was lit. Jerry was lit.
He was comfy. This is Andrew Hawkins, correct? The former Brown, former Bengal, and no one's really putting the blame on. It's interesting because McCarthy is actually taking less blame for this start than the owner is. And here's Andrew Hawkins.
It's a lot harder to spend your own money than it is for a general manager to do it. There's a level of objectivity that is just not there when you are the owner and the general manager. The reality is there is 4 moves that could have been made that would have the Cowboys season in a different place. Derrick Henry is one. Going to get a beefy interior lineman who can stop the run is number 2. And signing CeeDee Lamb and Dak Prescott well before training camp so that it doesn't throw off your offensive chemistry for the first 3 games of the season, puts your whole organization in a different situation.
Listen, I could go back even further than that. It feels like the Amari Cooper trades could haunt him a little bit. He's held on to coaches, it feels like, too long. There's situations that we talked about this year where he's trying to now say they couldn't afford Derrick Henry. You certainly could have. All you had to do is do the same deals you did a little earlier, and you would have had plenty of cap space to go get him. I'd rather have him, but I said the other day, I just don't think the honest answer is the one he wants to go public with, which is either A, I screwed up, or B, I scouted Henry differently and I did not want to pay an aging running back that much money. I've done that before. So.
You nailed it. He won't lay his shield down with that, and so he's going to just throw out odd statements about what they did or didn't do this offseason, which we all know doesn't make sense, because I think Hawk laid it out really well with everything that they have going on right now that are showing up as issues for them on the field. Man, you shore up those things, and also you're in a different position. But I just look at them and I'm like outside of Dak and CD and Micah, who are their dudes? Like, they're just not, they don't really have, like, the appeal of the star. When you see that, you think just Cowboys and star power and a really good, and like, it's just, they may not be a very good football team. And I think it's okay to say that, because once you get past the headliners, they got good players, but they're not a loaded roster from top to bottom. They're really not, to me.
No. They're in a way a paper champion. I think before the year we talked about how are they going to stop the run better, and they've been shredded.
Yeah.
They just
and they keep getting cooked at home. I mean, their last 4 games, going back to last year, are all L's at the crib. And they fooled me, and I think they fooled a lot of us with that win in Cleveland. Because you go into Cleveland's supposed to have one of the most vaunted defenses in the league. You hang 33 on them, and they fooled me. They did.
Let me throw something at you, because I want to see when he actually hung it up. Because this was a surprise, and this one I'm not going to put on Jerry. when Leighton Vander Esch retired, I thought that was a big deal. I liked him as a player. I liked him as a linebacker.
He started off well. Pretty good, yeah.
They brought in another one of Zimmer's guys, right? Kendricks.
He's just a guy.
Yeah, he played for him a lot of years in Minnesota.
That guy.
Yeah. So that's it. They've lost some dudes. They didn't fill in as much as they went and got some veteran experience at linebacker. But, man, to watch Dallas be run over and around and through.
3 out of the last 4 games, that's what we've seen.
Yeah.
And those games have been at home. Now you got 2 games on the road, division rival tomorrow against the Giants. And then you got to go into Pittsburgh the following Sunday for Sunday Night Football and deal with T.J. Watt and that rushing attack. So, yeah, it could definitely get really late early for Dallas.
You know what? That's the big thing. Like, their kryptonite, they're going to run into a lot here. And that's why there have been some must-wins early in this year. I don't know. I'd have to look at the schedule.
This is one for them.
I don't know if I see. No, I'm saying I don't know if I see a bigger one this season outside of Cincinnati. Can't go 0-4,
Andy,
and have a life,
Andy. But you're right. You're right.
What's bigger? Dallas having to win at New York or Cincinnati having to beat
equally as
Carolina?
Big. Well, it has to be Cincy because Dallas has a win.
Yeah,
It has to be them. And I didn't even mention it real quick after the Giants and the Steelers. It's Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery.
That's right. Yeah. Oh, no. We went through the schedule yesterday. I'm telling you. And they're running into playoff type teams, too.
That love to run the rock and run through your face.
All right. We'll ask the former Cowboy himself next. Bobby Carpenter will join the show. Rothman and Ice on the Fan.
Unlike your deadbeat uncle, we'll never leave you stranded in a ditch when you were 6. This promo may have been a touch too specific. The Fan.
Look what we have here. It's the refreshing deliciousness of a Pepsi mini can. It's the perfect complement to any meal. The dash of indulgence your day was dreaming of. The sip that'll have you singing Pepsi.
Nope, not again, Steve. Let's take a cue from the Pepsi mini can and pack all that awesomeness you're feeling into a much smaller treat for everyone. Deal?
So, big awesomeness, smaller size. I think I've got just the thing.
Pepsi mini can. Mini can, big taste.
Open a Platinum Rewards Visa at Kemba Financial Credit Union and secure super low everyday rates so you can pay down debt faster. Apply now at Kemba.org to unlock 2% cash back on purchases for a limited time and pay 0% interest for a full year on balance transfers plus exclusive perks. Restrictions apply. Offer ends October 31st, 2024.
Pop quiz. What's the best way to go back to school? With Giant Eagle and Market District, of course. From lunchbox favorites to fun after-school snacks. Shop deals for school days and save on thousands of items throughout the store. Visit your local Giant Eagle or Market District today.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Subscription required. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, did you know there's a generic form of Viagra that works just the same, but is 95% cheaper? And you can get it online? Go to hims.com/joy. Through HIMS, you'll get a free medical consultation, discreet shipping if prescribed, and the process is 100% online. To start your free online visit, go to hims.com/joy. That's HIMS.com/JOY.
Okay, everyone, what did you think of the chocolate bar?
It's too chewy.
Feels kind of chalky.
Too much nougat.
I need to go brush my teeth.
Business is booming for Steph's small marketing research firm.
After all these focus groups, there's only one conclusion. I need more researchers.
And she's way too busy researching.
Does this have peanuts?
To waste time researching resumes.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. Put our matching platform to work so you can spend less time searching and more time connecting with talented candidates. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
Did you know we have another station? More Buckeyes, more play-by-play, more everything.
Set your second preset to AM 1460 or 97.1 FM HD2. Or listen on the Fan app.
Your home for almost too much football. The Fan.
Attention Ohio pizza restaurant owners. Tired of glitchy point-of-sale systems slowing you down? Meet Hunger Rush, Ohio's favorite pizza POS. With reliable hardware, an easy-to-use system, and 24/7 customer support, Hunger Rush speeds up your operations and boosts repeat orders by up to 10%. This is the restaurant point-of-sale built for pizza. Easily manage your drivers, easily take orders online, easily train your staff in minutes, and easily make modifications. Need to talk to a real person? That's easy too. Top Top Ohio pizzerias are winning with Hunger Rush. Solutions to help you streamline service, optimize workflows, and maximize profits. Join the thousands of successful restaurants transforming their operations with Hunger Rush for $0 down and $0 a month. Tools for menu management, marketing, customer engagement, and increased upsells, all in one simple platform. That's Hunger Rush, Ohio's favorite pizza POS. Schedule your free no-obligation demo at ohiopos.com. ohiopos.com. ohiopos.com.
Ready to turn your media passion into a high-octane career? Ohio Media School will train you for TV, radio, social media, and digital media. Dive into hands-on learning with their cutting-edge Activator curriculum. Gain real-world experience through internships and live remotes. And get insider knowledge from industry pros. Small class sizes, real-world media studios, and 6 to 8 month programs. They accelerate your career with personal attention and essential skills. Visit Ohio Media School at beonair.com to book your free studio tour.
You expect your home to protect everything you love, but you don't expect the ways water is breaking down your basement and damaging your home. Mold, cracks, and of course visible water are just a few signs your basement is compromised. But there's one way to get answers to all your concerns. A free home inspection from Ohio Basement Authority. We put water back in its place. Get your free inspection at ohiobasementauthority.com.
Common Man here for Jermaine Lexus of Dublin and Easton. Fall is here. It's still warm and dry and everything's brown. But yay, fall. Maybe after your summer road trips, you've realized your vehicle sucks. My friends at Jermaine Lexus want to help. Right now, they have special APRs as low as 2.99% on their most popular models like the ES and RX, or lease payments starting as low as $4.99 a month. My friends at Jermaine are the best in the business. If you're in the market, please stop in. 2 locations to serve you, Dublin and Easton, JermaineLexus.com.
Rothman and Ice is sponsored by your local Pella Window and Door showroom on Gemini Parkway. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Anthony used to ski in his jeans? Are you serious? No, he's not from New Jersey. Back to Rothman and Ice.
It is true, and this man knows it. He's our friend Bobby Carpenter, Morning Juice, The Bobby Carpenter Show, and maybe fresh out of the dental chair with his shirt untucked, and it was tucked going in. How do you feel, my man?
Oh, untuck it's the way to go, Rothman. I mean, you know how much I love going to the dentist. I'm one of those people that really doesn't hate it, and my wife's best friends is the hygienist there, and from college, and so we get to share some playful banter back and forth, have a good time, and thoroughly enjoy it. So thank you, boys, for allowing me to shift my time. I'd made that, you schedule these thinking dentist appointments 6 months in advance and didn't realize that until late Friday, got to the weekend. Yes, Monday's a blur, as you know, Rothman. I mean, you come out of the weekend, you're in that, haze of life and everything else that's going on that you've been ingesting into your body.
Purple haze.
Oh, yeah, and then next thing you know, you're asking Adam Schefter about, a trade of who's asking for Bryce Young, and he pleads the fifth and lawyers up like Diddy.
I looked at Matty when we left, and I said, well, maybe he hasn't gone public with it yet, and he didn't want to go public with us first. I don't know.
It was reported, Bob. There were people reporting. Also, I was surprised he really didn't name a team, or he kind of left it in a very gray area when I hit him up with a follow-up there on
gray area. I mean, he well, that's interesting. There are teams that don't know really how to answer this. The answer is, there are teams that are called, really not at my ability to disclose those right now, or nobody is called, or I haven't heard of anybody that's calling, but it was definitely a situation where I felt like he knew who had called and just wasn't fully at the liberty to disclose that yet.
That's it. Yeah. All right. I want to get your take on this. Listen, UNLV quarterbacks were not on my bingo card today, unless we're going to talk about Randall Cunningham. But I would say that.
Did he go to UNLV?
I thought he did.
Did he? I didn't know that.
No, I mean, he played for your Vikes.
Oh, yeah. He said, I think he probably owns every record they've ever had. I mean, he was drafted by Philly, though. So it wasn't, he didn't play for us till the mid-90s.
I think there are the top four quarterbacks that have led their teams in rushing and passing yards in the same game. And number one, Cam Newton. Number two, I want to say, gosh, Shark just gave me this. Was it Lamar? But number 3 was Randall Cunningham, I want to say.
You know what was great about Cunningham is Matty wanted Brady to follow the Cunningham plan. Cunningham was drafted by Philly and was with the team all the way from, 85 to 95, I think. And then he goes to TNT to become an analyst. Yeah. And then in 96, we're like, hey, we're going back to play football. I'm going to go play for the Minnesota Vikings. And then he played for your Cowboys and the Ravens, and he finally retired an Eagle, I think. But, he's what a story. Obviously, the first black quarterback to ever be in a Pro Bowl and all that. But this kid, Sluka, who I didn't know until today, is claiming that a UNLV collective made him promises and that they weren't delivered, and now he's quitting on his team as a quarterback because the financial stuff is big. The UNLV's NIL collective has recently come out and said there were no former NIL offers made to him, and that we take this seriously, and they didn't finalize anything. And then my answer to that, well, why did he go? He just went on no promises then? So who's telling the truth here?
If you go look, Pete Thamel has a pretty interesting thread. Now, this is coming from, what's Schluti? What's his name? Schluti?
The quarterback, Matthew Sluka.
Sluka. So this is coming from, obviously, Sluka's side. Yeah. Because you heard the retort, obviously, from UNLV and their collectives. Hey, we didn't promise anything. We paid everything we had. And here's the thing. This should be fairly easy. I guarantee you there's probably some text threads and things like that. Sluka was claiming, now his agent and representation of this, Cromartie, said, hey, he came there, he was promised $100,000. Tried to formalize it when he got there, went round and round, never could get it done, this, that, and the other, never happened. And then they said, hey, here's what we're going to do. We're going to give you $3,000 a month for 4 months. So that's about an $88,000 shortfall. And then apparently they hadn't even given him that. All he had received is his $3,000 for his, or $3,500 or something for his relocation allotment. I mean, it's like a job now, Rothman. I mean, they give you a little few shekels to move. But with that, I'm trying to understand, he said, and they didn't say that, he said they had talked to the collective and to the coaches, but he had specifically said that one of the assistant coaches had promised them $100,000. Now, I don't know if that was a verbal promise, if that was something that was in a text. I would like to be able to track this down. But they have a pretty specific timeline of kind of what happened and where it's at. And like you said, Rothman, the guy just came there for nothing and just said he was going to be there. This is the problem with it, is there's a bunch of different people that can be throwing stuff out.
Right.
And then the assistant coach, yeah, we'll get him. Yeah, we'll get you $100,000. Yeah, it's all good. And then when they didn't, and then they're going round and round, well, here's what we can do. And maybe they had the full intentions of paying it. They just didn't have the money. And so it's okay, we couldn't raise it. Mm-hmm. And so this is his only lever. It would be hard. This would be hard for him to walk away because they're 3-0. They beat Kansas. They're a good team. And to withhold services. But if he doesn't do this, he'll expire and exhaust his eligibility. He's not an NFL prospect. And so $100,000 to him, I mean, that's a nice start on life.
Yeah, no doubt about it. All right, Buckeyes go on the road. First time of this year. They go into East Lansing to take on Sparty. Your reaction to some of the stuff you saw against Marshall and what you're looking for this Saturday night?
Obviously, you want to get those drives cut down, at the beginning. And Marshall, give Coach Huff some credit, man. They did a good job. They've got some good players. You got to get off the field on third down. I was talking to Lathan about it. They've got to find a way to get off on third down. And that didn't happen. It happened later. Just kind of wear down on them. Probably the worst thing that happened is, you have that 7-minute drive to open the game, and then your offense scores in a minute. So you go over to the sideline, okay, what are they doing? What's this? Oh, kickoff, PAT. What? Coach probably thinking, okay, we'll set them for nice 6-7 play drive here, get 3 or 4 minutes at a minimum. They didn't get that, so they had to go back out. So I think some of those things in the first half kind of snowballed on them because they're coming off a bye week, and they didn't have any time to make corrections. You don't wait till halftime. You're making those things in game. And they just didn't have any time due to the proficiency of the Buckeye offense.
Let me ask you this real quick. Aiden Childs is their quarterback. He's kind of feast or famine, but, 7 picks, 4 touchdowns. Will this defense be ultra aggressive against him on Saturday night?
I think they'll be more aggressive than they have, but they really haven't blitzed that much. And I think you look both the offense and defense, I think they've held a lot back. And I think they'll probably start letting some of it go to get a little bit on film. They've got Iowa and then Oregon coming up, but you also want to practice it in a real game situation. You can rep it as much as you want, in practice, and even if you're going good on good and everything else, but getting on tape in that game situation is going to be something that's important. So I think they'll start leaking some things out. And, if they can get pressure with 4, that's the best pressure you can get, but I think they'll bring some.
All right, my man. Appreciate you jumping on. Have a good, relaxing afternoon, and we'll listen to you tomorrow.
Hey, man, just like you said, Rothman, like that, you can slide on in there anytime, Coach.
Okay, Dale Arbus, thanks for coming on from the dentist there, horrible bosses. That's how I picture it went today for Bobby.
The Jennifer Aniston style?
She's in those movies.
Mm-hmm. She is. I mean,
somebody say that's a win.
Well, I mean, whatever. Rothman always said he always left untucked and smiling, so we'll see,
yes.
see where it's going.
Thanks, Bob. Talk to you later.
Bob.
Have a good one.
Before we drive this into the bridge abutment. Take us away, Matty.
Oh, the Columbus Men's Clinic is the largest and most experienced men's health practice in Columbus. Did you know that their patients average 3 failures with other places before coming to the Columbus Men's Clinic? If you've been waiting to treat your low T or ED, or maybe you had a bad experience with yet another clinic that opened quickly and closed, it's time to get in there and move forward with your sex life, your career, and gym goals. They specialize in seeing guys who think they're out of luck regain hope that they can be successful in the bedroom and beyond. Seriously, go see the team that for 10 years has been #1 in Ohio for men's health. Stop thinking about it and get in there. Call 614-300-7400. That is 614-300-7400. Or go online to columbusmensclinic.com to book an appointment today. columbusmensclinic.com.
Tell the truth to wrap it up next. Rothman and Ice and the Fan.
The Big 9 was a sad, incomplete place. Enter Ohio State. The rest is history. The Buckeye Show.
Weeknights at 6.
The Fan.
Men, if erectile dysfunction is affecting you, getting treated could have a dramatic impact on your relationship and your outlook on life. But it's also important where you get treated because your health matters. And working with an organization that practices excellent medicine and has significant expertise in men's sexual health can often result in a far better outcome. This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health. And if you're seeking a quality provider to treat your ED or are just not satisfied with your current situation, call us. We'll show you a true 5-star experience and work with you to find the right treatment for your specific medical situation. At Tri-State Men's Health, we truly are experts in men's sexual health. But it's more than that. Unlike the online pill pushers or so-called men's clinics that only offer one or a few treatment options, we offer the full spectrum of ED protocols. We can even use combinative therapies for better results. At Tri-State Men's Health, your initial visit is just $99 and includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose. And if that test dose doesn't work in the office, your visit is free. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com.
Ready to be the change and have a positive impact on your community? Consider joining the Columbus Division of Police. Starting pay is $70,000 plus, growing to 6 figures after 4 years of service. We offer paid vacations, paid holidays, and health insurance. Do you aspire to complete your degree? We offer 100% tuition reimbursement after you complete your first year of service. Contact the CPD recruiting unit at jobs@columbuspolice.org or apply online at columbus.gov/government/jobs. The City of Columbus is an equal opportunity employer.
Order like a champ at Raising Cane's. With tailgates of hand-battered chicken fingers and cane sauce and jugs of freshly made tea and lemonade, you can guarantee victory for every game day meal. Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers, one love.
Proud sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
Shop new dollar deals at Meijer. $1 is all you need when you shop hundreds of participating items, like select bell peppers, Swanson broth, or Campbell's soup, and 1.25 liters of Coca-Cola or Pepsi products, all just $1 each. That's it. Pay just $1 on select items with Meijer dollar deals for a limited time. Limit 10 per item. Exclusions apply. See all the deals in-store or in the Meijer app.
Windows, siding, APCO, absolutely. We don't rely on gimmicks to get customers. We rely on our reputation. APCO is a local, family-owned window and siding company established in 1962.
Absolutely, absolutely. You can trust APCO.
APCO.com.
Dick from Dayton says, listen to the Ryan Day Show. Paul Keels and Jim Lachey join Coach every Thursday from noon to 1.
Presented by Roosters, a fun casual joint, and official wing sponsor of Ohio State Athletics.
The Fan.
They come here illegally, crossing our southern border. Then Sherrod Brown rolls out the welcome mat for them here in Ohio. Brown voted to give amnesty to 11 million illegal immigrants, including those convicted of crimes like drunk driving, aggravated assault, and child abuse. And Sherrod Brown voted 10 times to protect sanctuary cities in Ohio, which release dangerous illegals back onto the street, making Ohio's neighborhoods less safe. And while we struggle to make ends meet, Sherrod Brown is voting to give illegals taxpayer-funded benefits, like health care for illegals granted amnesty, Social Security, COVID relief checks, even a program to fly Haitian migrants into Ohio airports, all paid for by you, the taxpayer. You think you know Sherrod Brown? Well, after 31 years in Washington, Sherrod Brown's way too liberal for Ohio. American Crossroads paid for and is responsible for the content of this advertisement.